What's going on, YouTube? Tom here. Gotta love driving this car. Just so that wants that start up alone. And then I got my various devices here. Nice rainy afternoon, so I'm gonna put this thing into snow wet mode. I got dash cam going off, and now I've got the progressive snapshot, because they give you a nice little discount for that. So now it seems like I've got so many beeps and stuff going off, and I got the car in snow and wet mode right now because it's raining. So I apologize in advance for any noise going on because it is raining this afternoon. Nice sunshine state, rainy afternoon. So, y'all are wondering why I haven't posted in a little bit. It's because I was actually on vacation and wanted to make a vlog talking about that because I didn't want to film during the vacation. That's the purpose of vacation, is to get away from everything. So we went to North Carolina and we did an Airbnb. It was me and my girlfriend, and this parking lot first. Ugh, hate leaving work. It's like Catholic church getting out of here. So we went to the mountains of North Carolina and we did an Airbnb, which, as most of you might know, an Airbnb is someone putting their house up for rent. Basically, you pay that person to stay at their house. So, of course, she put me in charge of getting a rental car. I'm 22. I can't just go in and get a rental car. Rental agencies don't usually rent until you're 25 or so. So I decided, well, let's give TURO a try. Some people might know TURO from a couple different big YouTubers, mainly Doug DeMuro, where people put their own cars up for rent, similar to Airbnb. And the idea is, instead of going and getting some rental car owned by the rental car company, you get someone's personal vehicle. Well, this cabin happened to be up on a dirt road, a pretty steep dirt road at that, so she said get something four-wheel drive. So I'm going to put pictures up on screen of the car, and that was a 2006 Nissan Xterra. Now, why a Nissan Xterra? I thought they were all four-wheel drives. It turns out I was wrong. This one was a two-wheel drive. And two, it was the cheapest possible sort of off-roady vehicle I could find. Now, 2006, I thought, well, okay, I don't care for the year. I'm not renting this car for all of the modern technology. I passed up 2017 Chevy Colorado with the Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Figured, don't need it. It's not like I'm looking to buy the vehicle. I'm looking to borrow it for a few days. So this Nissan Xterra had literally nothing on the inside. It had a basic radio. You had a tachometer, speedometer, and gauge to tell you your fuel. That's basically all you had, and realistically, we didn't need more than that. So this car had 133,000 miles on it. And now that's not bad. Most rental cars, they sell them right as they hit 100,000, so you don't feel like you have a lot of miles, but realistically, it was honest. Since this was actually someone's car, it was probably treated better than most rental cars. Now, we get in, the tire pressure monitoring system light was on, and it kept flashing, and flashing means it's not low tire pressure, it's actually one of the sensors is bad. So, naturally, I saw the flashing, I figured, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I even checked the tires, and I kind of regret it because they were mostly bald. This car was actually fitted with these all-terrain tires, kind of give it a beefier look. One of the previous owners, or possibly the current owner, did that. And it wasn't bad looking, but they were horrible on the interstate. I had to drive like 3 hours on the interstate, and it was awful, just the constant road noise. It sounded like driving a semi-truck. So, but once we got there, it was great because the dirt road, you needed all-terrain tires at that point. It's never the wrong weather for listening to this car's exhaust. Even in the rain, this car sounds amazing. So yeah, we had the all-terrain tires on that car. Got us up that dirt road, no problem. And towards the end, I decided to check. I figured, well, let me take a look here. Wonder if this thing does have a check engine light. I actually figured it seemed like of all things it would have one. So I look at the thing in auxiliary mode. It turns out they removed the bulb for the check engine light. This is on like the last day we had the car. It's like, oops. Now, I don't want to put the person renting the car out on blast. It wasn't bad, and realistically for what we ended up paying for it, which was $33 a day, which is cheaper than most actual rental cars, even for like a compact, that's not bad money. And when you're not worried about, you know, all the best features, like for 4 days on vacation, it's not like we needed a luxury car or anything. It worked just fine. Yeah, it had a rough life, but who cares? Got us there. In fact, another thing it had was the key that they gave us. They gave us a key and a remote. The key did not work on the door. It only worked on the ignition. We had to use the remote just to get in and out of the car. So possibly it had even been repossessed. But it worked. The car literally got us where we needed to go. No problems. Yeah, it had some lights on it. The car squeaked like hell. But realistically speaking, you can't complain. But I'll say this about trips. Getting back into your own car, for me, it's the same as sleeping in your own bed after a nice vacation. It's like driving my Mustang again. It was like, oh my god, this feels just like sleeping in my own bed. Actually getting to drive it. All in all, I'll use TURO again, because I can't argue with that deal. Now, will I get the cheapest possible car? No, because I'm not Hoovy from Hoovy's Garage. I will honestly not be doing that again. I will more than likely get something that actually runs properly. Just take a minute to enjoy that. I missed that so much. I'd missed that when I was on vacation. Literally leading up to the road, that dirt road leading up to that cabin, it was the perfect twisty, windy road. And I'm sitting there in a Nissan Xterra. It was the most perfect road. But all in all, that was a pretty good vacation. We needed some relaxation. My poor girlfriend, got worked to death leading up to the vacation, so she was just dead tired by the time we started this vacation. But back to the real world. But yeah, if you're looking at using TURO, I actually recommend it just because the cars you can get on there are cheap. If you don't do like a Doug DeMuro and say, let me get something exciting, you don't pay a lot for them. So I'll definitely be using TURO again, because it worked pretty well for what we needed it to do. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you all think about that. Have any of you all used TURO, and if so, what was your experience with it? Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. Take care. Have a good day.